Hello again and welcome back to CruiseAway. I'm Derek, this is lovely Joe, and we're here for the next 30 minutes to showcase incredible cruise holiday deals that you could be booking today for low deposits, as little as $200 each right now to lock in the great deals that we've got. Brilliant!
That makes it easy, doesn't it?
Yes.
Now, in this show, we're focusing on sizzling Singapore with 3 amazing cruise and stay deals, including your chance to get away for this Christmas and New Year's. Plus, we've also got a couple of fabulous itineraries coming up that include time in one of my favourite hotspots, beautiful Bali, Island of the Gods.
Yeah, we were just talking about Bali, weren't
Yes.
we, before we came to you. Well, that's all on the way after we first introduce you to the big brand, us, here at CruiseAway, and why we are one of Australia's leading names in travel.
Here at CruiseAway, we've been sending Australian travellers on amazing cruise holidays for over 25 years. Our award-winning team specialise in bringing you the best deals from all major cruise lines, sailing right across the globe. Whether you're looking to cruise locally or afar, with thousands of unmissable deals available right now, you can be sure we'll find you your perfect cruise holiday. So, if you're ready, let's go cruising.
Yeah, we're doing a nice variety of cruising in this show as well. It's always nice to mix up the cruise lines. We've
It's the
got
spice of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with some Princess. We've got some P&O Australia and I think a bit of Royal Caribbean coming up a little bit later in the show as well. So really something for everyone. And for those people who've not been on cruising, it's quite good actually to see the differences between the cruise lines, because there'll be one that you look at that you go, that's my kind of cruise line. And we'll try and help you along the way, actually, and talk to you about the kind of people that these cruises we think are best for as well. And Princess, well, again, it's pretty universal with Princess, Joe, really, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And I think a lot of Australians will be familiar with the brand or P&O Princess Australia, but it's completely different, actually, when you're heading to the Princess vessels that are based in different parts of the world. So it will give you that familiarity, but maybe with something fresh and new and different. So let's look at our very first itinerary for you. How would you like to get away for Christmas? Well, we have Christmas in sizzling Singapore and New Year's Eve in vivacious Vietnam for 14 nights. It leaves on the 23rd of December. You're going to fly from Sydney to Singapore and kickstart the festivities with a 3-night hotel stay, which includes Christmas Day.
Nice.
That's great. You know, you're getting away just before Christmas, so you can probably do all the Christmas parties and everything still at home, but you're in Singapore on Christmas Day, so that means you can go out and enjoy perhaps a completely different Christmas Day than you're used to back home. Like if you do want to do the turkey with all the trimmings, of course, with the amount of expats in Singapore, they're going to have loads of restaurants that will offer you traditional Christmas dinner. But if you want to just go for some Asian fare, well, that option's on offer for you as well. Or maybe you want to bypass the whole Christmas dinner altogether and just go shopping, you know, head to the markets, you know, maybe grab a drink in Raffles Hotel on Christmas Day. That would be pretty amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be a picture for the old social media, wouldn't it?
Now, the lovely thing about Singapore is you have an incredible juxtaposed between old and new. You have all these lovely temples, but you have the vibrance and freshness of gorgeous new architecture, great shopping and stunning buildings as well. Then it's time for us to board our cruise for New Year, and we are going to be heading on board the gorgeous Diamond Princess for 10 fabulous nights, of course, including New Year's Eve there and New Year's Day for you as well.
Probably fair to say that the Diamond Princess is probably one of the best known cruise ships, isn't she, for Princess?
She's one of the original and still considered one of the favourites. People come back and are so loyal to certain ships as well because they just enjoy getting to know the people that work on board. They love their familiar spaces. You have the Explorers Lounge. They're going to run lots of fun game shows in there. You have things like karaoke going on. Churchill's Lounge, which is a sports bar for your cheeky little whiskey after dinner. What about delicious Italian? This is a Princess favourite. They're known for their award-winning Italian food. And if you go to specialty dining, it's a nominal fee to enjoy exquisite, delicious dining options. Now, of course, included in your fare is your buffet, your dining room where you can dine every night if you want to on 3 or 4 course delights.
It's so special as well, isn't it? Going into main dining, it feels like the grand affair, and it might not be for every night for you. Some nights you think, actually, I'm just going to go casual, I'm going to do one of these speciality like the steakhouse or whatever, but to do the, you know what, let's get dressed up and have the full, you know, multi-course dinner and the nice wines with it. It's really lovely to do, actually. It does feel special, doesn't it?
It really feels special. They make you feel special. That's the important thing. And you've got the nightclub on board as well. You can dance the night away. You have some incredible featured shows. These are Broadway, West End caliber shows as well, with phenomenal talents. Enjoy lounging in the pools and hot tubs on the outside decks, or maybe to the solarium where it's a nice relaxed kind of retreat feel, or perhaps treat yourself to a gorgeous treatment in the spa. You know, there's some amazing offers for you. You can have everything done pretty much. It is like your luxury 5-star hotel spa. Now, we are cruising out of Singapore. 2 days at sea sees us into lovely Chiang Mai, Vietnam, and this is where you can visit the Dien Huy Pagoda, or perhaps head to the Imperial Citadel. These are full of history, of course. Ho Chi Minh beckons next, and this was once known as Saigon. Visit the iconic Mekong Delta. That is incredible. Take a tour along the Mekong Delta if you can. Bangkok's next for the Thai capital. That incredible hustle bustle that will beckon you, and lots of beautiful architecture and shopping as well. Next up, we're into the chilled out paradise of Koh Samui, Thailand, one of the archipelagos of Thailand. Known for its yoga, its coconut palms, its lovely beaches. A day at sea sees us back into Singapore, and we will include your transfer from the port of Singapore, of course, to the airport. Now remember, you're enjoying New Year's Eve as well on the cruise.
Yeah.
And that's going to be at sea, I believe, that one. So you'll get, I mean, the thing is, they really go to town on New Year's Eve when you're on a vessel. They will do so many fun activities and entertainment. It will be celebrating it in the most unique way imaginable.
And the thing is, if you've indulged in your New Year's celebrations, which I always say do responsibly, one glass at a time, if it's a port day the next day, you don't have to go and visit that port. You could just stay on board and nurse your head. And yes, send for some room service. It's very, very easy to get hold of. This is wonderful, isn't it? 23rd of December, so you're away for Christmas and for New Year on this one. Included in the price is your flight from Sydney to Singapore, 3 nights room only in a hotel in Singapore for you to explore. 10 nights of cruising on the wonderful Diamond Princess to Vietnam and Thailand, including that wonderful stay in Bangkok as well. You've got the transfer at the end of the cruise in Singapore to the airport, and of course your flight back to Sydney. All included in this one incredible. Wow. Do you know what? Going away over Christmas and New Year is usually way more expensive. You try and book a hotel for Christmas and New Year celebrations and you look at eye-watering price tags. This is incredible when you consider what is included in there, all the flights, the stay in Singapore and the cruise as well. This is amazing value for money, and do you know what, most of all, you deserve it. Here's the upgrade prices as well if you want to go up from inside to ocean view to balcony, or indeed to suite as well. Remember, it's a 10-night cruise on this one, you lucky people. It looks incredible. I mean, this is a part of the world that a lot of people are yet to explore. You might feel like, if you're looking through cruise offers, there are a lot of cruise offers to this part of the world. Well, there's a very good reason for that. There's still so many people who've not yet discovered this wonderful part of the world, and it is incredible. If you want to extend that 3-night stay in Singapore, by the way, before the cruise, or add time in Singapore after the cruise, talk to the team on our toll-free telephone number 1300 306 134, and you can see you can put a lower deposit down on that one if you want to right now. And lots more offers on our website, cruiseaway.com.au. Now, if you're new to our shows here on Gecko, well, we're new here on the TV, but as a cruise agency, we've been around for ages.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today, and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll-free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
You absolutely do.
Yeah. Holiday, I just want to, and I want to all the time. We work so hard. The other thing about cruising as well, by the way, is that when you're on a cruise, you completely get away from all of the worries of the world. And let's face it, there are plenty of them right now, and you get away from them. Yes, you can still keep in touch. There's Wi-Fi, there's the TV, blah, 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 but you just tend to switch off and get away,
Do you know what? It feels like a really warm bubble.
Yeah.
You're just taken care of. Everything's taken care of for you. Your beds are made, your food's there, the entertainment's on offer. You do not have to lift a finger, and you can just relax in the best way possible. There's nothing for you to even think about having to organise like you would if you did a trip with the family and you're organising trips.
Too true.
They do everything for you.
Yeah.
There's even a brilliant shore excursions team on board, so you don't even really have to think too much about where you're going to go in the port. You just pick number 1, number 5 or number 6 excursion, and they take care of the experience for you. They pick you up end to end. You're off to see some amazing sights, get you back to the ship on time. I love this. It is the best vacation imaginable. We're going to do another one for you, and this time we're going on a familiar, beloved national brand. This is going to be P&O Australia. Of course, Australia's own cruise line. We're going to be heading to Singapore, Bali, Lombok and far north Queensland, a little bit closer to home, which is lovely, for 23 fabulous nights, and we're leaving on the 23rd of February. Now we're going to fly you from Sydney to Denpasar in Indonesia for a fabulous 7-night hotel stay in Bali. Starting off your adventure with a full week in Bali. Yes, thank you very much. Now, of course, the adventure's 23 nights all in, so this is just a little portion of your incredible stay. Now, this is known as the Island of the Gods, Bali, and the world's last known paradise, they say. And you may have visited Bali before with its proximity to Australia, but you may not have. And I tell you what, there's never too many times you can visit this incredible island. Whether it is sightseeing at the amazing Uluwatu Temple right up in the mountains, maybe watching a folklore and culture show and just looking at this incredible architecture, or enjoying some of the paradisical spots and beaches on Bali, one thing's for sure, you will remember how incredibly friendly and welcoming the people are. They're known for it. The Balinese are like no other culture I've ever experienced.
Can I just tell you, Jo, just very, very briefly, I've just looked at the price for this whole adventure, and you'd think for the price that it was just going to be the week in Bali. I'll just leave that in the air for now.
Because that can be thousands of dollars, can't it? Let's be honest. Right, after your 7-night stay, we're going to fly you to Singapore. So we're not done yet with the stays, are we? We've got 1 night in Singapore before you grab your ship, and that will just enable you to relax. You might want to go to the markets, head to Orchard Road for a spot of tax and duty-free shopping, or maybe go to Raffles Hotel for a little cheeky famous cocktail, the Singapore Sling, of course.
You could have a suit made up in a day,
you could have the suits
ready
made
for your cruise.
I know. I love the shopping in Singapore, and of course it's tax and duty free. We love that, right? So much to see and do in this vibrant city. They call it Gateway to the East. Then it's time to cruise, and we're going to be heading on board the Pacific Adventure for 15 fabulous nights as well. Now, she debuted in Sydney last October, so she's a very new vessel, a beloved brand in Australia for a very good reason. It is Australia's very own cruise line. And with that being said, there's going to be lots of familiar brands that you love from home, your favourite restaurants, some well-known chefs that have curated the menus, some of Australia's top talent is flown on board as well in terms of the bands and entertainment that you'll experience, and some of the specialty acts in the theatre, such as magicians, comedians, a cappella singers. They will bring on the best of the best, and it's really entertaining. Every night there's going to be a different show for you to enjoy, and then the food. Where do we begin?
It's such a highlight of a cruise as well, actually, because you tend to be a bit more adventurous in the old culinary sense, don't you, when you're on a cruise? I mean, we get very, very used to it, and everyone's the same. When you're at home, you tend to go for your old favourites, don't you? Yeah. Over and over and over again. The great thing about a cruise is that you can peruse all these different menus, especially if you're main dining. And you've got your choice of so many things, and you can have as much as you like as well.
As much as you like. And talking of that, there's the International Marketplace, the pantry. It features 9 classic, comforting and modern Australian fresh food outlets. So you've got Curry House, Kettle and Bun and Sticks. So you can just go in there and you can make your decision on what you want to grab, and there's no pressure. You know, it's all about enjoying the experience of the food on board. And talking of the food on board, your executive chefs are actually going to do classes as well on how you can cook your very own favourite dishes at home. I love that.
That's a good idea.
It's an interactive experience. It's about, sometimes when you go on a cruise, it's lovely to learn a new skill. You know, it might be that you're going to learn towel folding or napkin folding, which may sound a little bit humdrum. Actually, when you do it, it's like, oh, I've got a party trick.
Yeah.
You know, when you have friends around to dinner, you can make these beautiful lily napkins for them.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's impressive, isn't it?
You're right, actually. It's those unexpected things. You go on a holiday and you come back educated in some way, and you think, you know what, it was worth it for that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Blue Room as well for your blues, for your live music. P&O Australia is all about live music. They have their house band, but then they have lots of extras brought on board as well. You're going to love that. We're cruising out of Singapore, heading at sea into Benoit, which is the port for Bali. And of course, having enjoyed Bali, this is up in the, this is down in the south. You can head to the Ubud Monkey Forest if you haven't already visited. There's always so much more to see. Into Lombok, which is a motor vehicle-free island in the archipelagos of Bali with sensational beaches, some of the best you'll see on this itinerary. Gorgeous. Now we're into Komodo. This is very cool, actually, part of the lesser sundered chain of Indonesian islands. It's the rugged habitat of the 3-metre-long Komodo dragon. Then we're into Cairns, the Great Barrier Reef, fantastic for the Daintree Rainforest, Kurunda Railway, or just heading out onto the reef to see this marvel, this wonder of the world. Then we're cruising back into Sydney to disembark. So brilliant, you're flying off to Bali. Not a long flight from Australia, of course, and then you're cruising straight back home into Sydney, disembarking the ship. You could have shopped till you drop in Singapore, perhaps, and you are just cruising right off the ship with your case. Love that.
I tell you what, you are not going to believe the price tag that you are about to see on your screens. I'm telling you now, I have talked for well over a decade about cruising around the world and cruise package prices. And this is one that will make your jaw drop just that little bit. What I'll say to you right now is that we're booking for February of next year. So you can put a low deposit down on this one, which is amazing. Included, now just tot up these things one by one and have a price in your mind roughly for each one. So you've got the flight from Sydney to Denpasar, and you've got 7 nights beach hotel stay on Bali. That's included as well. Then your flight from Bali to Singapore, a night in a hotel there, city centre hotel as well. Then we've got 15 nights of cruising on Pacific Adventure, and you're going to absolutely love it. Wonderful through Indonesia and back to Australia, arriving back into Sydney. What kind of price have you got in your mind right now? I'll tell you what, as soon as we release this price tag, it will go bonkers on the phone lines. I just know it. So let me show you straight away. Let me stop teasing you. It's such a good price. Look, it's less than $2,000 each. I know, less than $2,000 each. An $800 each deposit today secures the deal for you. That happens next February. Now, these deals are like needles in a haystack, by the way. This is so good. I would be booking it right now to guarantee your place, because once the ship cabins are full, there's nothing I can do. The deal is done. It's over. So if you want it right now, such an expansive holiday. Look at the number of nights for the price. I mean, that's told us all we need to know. But if you want to treat yourself to an upgrade, here's the prices to take you up to ocean view, up to your own fresh air balcony, or maybe even up to a suite. I have to say the base price is so good that even the suite doesn't feel like it's a king's ransom at all on this offer. Remember, this is like a This is like a 2 holidays in one, very much as well. You've got the 7-night hotel stay in Bali. Now that's room only, so you can do all the exploring in Bali that you want to, eat at all the restaurants that you want to, go and see all the attractions that you want to, or just find one beach and spend a week there. And then you've got that fabulous flight over to Singapore, a night there, and then that incredible 15 nights of cruising. If that price was for just 15 nights of cruising, I'd be very happy for you indeed. But that price includes everything in this offer. It's amazing. Jump on the phone lines. I'm sure they're busy already. I can hear them ringing in the distance already. Toll free, remember, 1300 306 134. I have to say that if you do have a little wait on our telephone lines, then remember, if you've got your laptop or your computer handy, you can also book the deals here.
When you log on to cruiseaway.com.au, you're opening up the virtual brochure on over 9,000 cruise holidays. If you've seen a cruise on TV, just search the cruise ID here to find out more details, upgrade options, and to book online. If you're looking for inspiration, you can search by destination, departure port, cruise line, cruise ship, or cruise style. Plus, we've got an incredible selection of last-minute deals, all-inclusive cruises, and early bird specials you can't afford to miss. Log on now to cruiseaway.com.au. Your next dream holiday is only a click away.
Fantastic.
I want to say, hold the lines. Your call is important to us. Just keep the phone in your hand if you're going for that deal.
Yep.
And we will get to you, I promise you, as quickly as we can. Right, let's switch cruise lines for a third time now. This time to Royal Caribbean, because we're going Bali and the Lion City to the Harbour Bridge. Oh, it sounds like cryptic crossword clues, doesn't it? Tell me more, Jo.
Well, this is 21 nights and we're leaving on the 10th of November next year. We're going to fly you from Brisbane to beautiful Bali for a fab 7-night hotel stay. Again, having that full week in gorgeous Bali, Indonesia. I could not think of anything more exciting.
Yeah, now you've been a couple of times, Jo, haven't you?
Oh, Derek, it is one of my favourite places on earth. Yeah. Honestly, the welcome that you get in Bali is unparalleled. I think anywhere I visited in the world. The local people are so incredible. They have this amazing spirit. They're very friendly. They're very helpful. And then, my goodness, you feel like you are spoilt rotten wherever you stay in Bali because it's exceptional level accommodation. Then there's the history. Then there's the amazing temples, the paddy fields, the rice fields, of course, are really lovely just to walk through nature. And they're known for their yoga culture too. So you love to do a spot of yoga or breath work or whatever it may be, head to Ubud, which is the hub of that, and also see those cheeky monkeys in the monkey forest. They're very entertaining. After your 7-night stay, we're going to fly you to Singapore. You'll have 2 nights in a hotel in Singapore before you embark the Quantum of the Seas. Now, this is over in the East, I believe, for the first time. It's certainly one of the first times that we've seen it in this part of the world. And it's so exciting to see the flagship of your Quantum class, because this is the original one that they built with all of the bells and whistles and excitements and elements that I don't think had ever been seen at sea before.
No, I mean, things like this robotic bionic bar, which is just incredible. New restaurant concepts like Wonderland first went onto the Quantum class. Of course, the North Star, which we'll see in just a moment, like that great big pod on a crane arm.
Well, that reaches up to the height of Sydney Harbour Bridge as well.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, imagine being out at sea and that arm takes you over the water as well, not just over the ship, but over the water as well. What an incredible experience. One of the first ships to have this massive seaplex area, and there's so many different things that go on there.
Roller skating.
I know, and bumper cars where you're allowed to bump. Hooray!
I know. What, a trapeze at sea?
Yeah.
Right?
Circus school.
Circus school. Oh, I mean, my goodness. Now, you've got the 270 Lounge as well, which is an immersive multimedia experience you just saw there, complete with dancing robo screens. It is very cool. You're going to be on board for 12 fabulous nights. Now, we're cruising out of Singapore and heading into beautiful Lombok, Indonesia, where you might want to grab a fat bike and head around the island, you know, cycling through the sand. It's very cool. Then we are on to Darwin in the Northern Territories, where you can visit the world-famous Gecko Kakadu National Park, the largest national park in Australia. Beautiful wildlife. And then there's Crocosaurus Cove. Then we're into the Great Barrier Reef, of course, one of the 7 wonders of the world, the largest reef system on Earth. From Cairns, you can snorkel, dive, or take a helicopter tour. Talking of that, Airlie Beach, also amazing oversight, beautiful views of Hart Reef and the Whitsunday Islands, and they are pure, unadulterated paradise, aren't they? Then we're cruising back into Brisbane, where you'll disembark close to home, so easy. Maybe you live in Brisbane. How easy would that be? Just a short flight or drive if you're down in Sydney or Melbourne as well, which is great. But we can also, our team can also cater to that for you. So speak to the team if you need to get anything tacked onto your adventure.
You were right as well, Joe, about the first element of this one. This is the first time that Quantum has repositioned from Singapore to Australia ever. So very, very exciting. And a repositional cruise actually gives you more nights of cruise for your money, which is really fantastic. So 10th of November next year, included in the price, of course, is that flight from Brisbane to Denpasar in Bali. 7 nights of a beach hotel stay there. Then your flight to Singapore, 2 nights room only in a hotel in Singapore, and then 12 nights of cruise on Quantum of the Seas with Royal Caribbean to Lombok, Darwin, Cairns, Airlie Beach for the reef, and ending in Brisbane, you lucky, lucky people. And the price tag, again, well, see what you think. Because this, for the number of nights that you are away, and we can put low deposits down on this right now as well, so just $200 each today makes this price work for you if you are quick. But again, like our previous offer and the first offer, it's going to be snapped up super quick. Now, it's been out there on TV as well. More people know about it, more people know about it, more people say, actually, you know what, that is one humdinger of an offer. It'll book up really quickly. So let's go and have a look at the upgrades as well. So if you want to go up from inside to ocean view to balcony, or even up to a suite, all of your prices are there in front of you. Your 12 nights on the cruise. And as Joe said before, the Quantum of the Seas is incredible, game-changing when she launched for Royal Caribbean. And still now feels as brand new and exciting as when they launched back in 2014-15. They are incredible ships. They feel brand new, vibrant, modern, so much for the kids to do. People of all ages, actually, to be honest with you. Whether you want lots of activities and lots of whizzy-bang activities to do, or whether you want to sit down and stop and just lie on a lounger and just enjoy and watch everybody else doing the bits and pieces. That's as much fun people watching on cruises. If you, like me, are a nosy beggar, and I definitely am, then cruising is great for people watching, right?
Oh, it absolutely is.
We do it all the time. If we're ever on a cruise, we're like, oh, fascinating, this is fascinating.
I know. Well, I mean, and the thing is as well, you might be travelling with friends or family. You can all do different things.
Yeah.
You don't have to all be doing the same thing at the same time. That is the wonder of a cruise.
Yeah.
Brilliant for bringing the kiddos with you, or family reunions and things like that, particularly this ship. And because of the activities and things on offer. I mean, you could be outside having a massage poolside in your own private cabana. You don't have to be doing all of these other activities. So I think it is just a different level, this kind of cruise. It really is.
Yeah,
a Royal Caribbean.
It's a very peaceful family holiday as well, because not everybody is in one room together all the time. You know, things don't bubble over quite so easily when you're on a cruise. There's something to think about.
That's a good point.
Anyway, listen, that's our time done for today. We're back on Gecko every single day with more fabulous cruise shows from CruiseAway. But from Joe and myself for now, have a brilliant rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Ciao for now.